No, this is
Good evening.
something else.
This is the Board of Trustees regular meeting. The date is May 27th, 2014. It is a little after 7:30 p.m. This is meeting 2014-16. Clerk Quinlan, please take the roll.
All right. President Barry?
Here.
Trustee Carberry?
Here.
Trustee Vorder?
Here.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan? Here. Trustee Olenichek?
Here.
Trustee Desmond?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Would everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Thank you. We're going to move on to public comments. First public commenter is Deanna Sandy, and she's going to talk about the thank you for the right of silence. Hi, could you state your name and if you're an Oak Lawn resident?
Hi, I'm Deanna Sandy, and I am an Oak Lawn resident, and I would like to thank the Village of Oak Lawn and the Village of Oak Lawn Police Department on behalf of the Bike Psychos and the Ride of Silence. We held the Ride of Silence last Wednesday, May 17th, and we had 27 riders, and the Village Police Department did escort us through the village, and we were down Central Avenue to 115th. And then we went from 115th to Ridgeland, and Ridgeland down to 135th Street. We did really make a statement. So I'd just like to remind everybody to please beware of cyclists, share, and beware. And then on a second note, I'd like to invite everybody to come out to the Bike of Oak Lawn Tour, which is Saturday, June 21st, and you can go online and register at cmoaklawn.org. It's quick and easy. We are going to start rolling at 8:45. It is a fun, free event for families. We first 250 people will get t-shirts, not like this one, but something like this, bags, lots of good treats for everybody. Come out, register, and come join us for a fun morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job, Bike Psychos. Okay, John Volokikis, you're talking about institute form? Hi, and I believe you are an Oak Lawn resident for many years. We go through this often.
Yes.
Welcome.
My comments are regarding the, I guess, the execution of an agreement tonight for in situ form. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's where they take sewer lines, and they take the old sewer lines, and they force a tube down there, and they line it on the inside. This lining could be anywhere from, all the way up an eighth to a quarter of an inch thick. So if you take an 8-inch pipe and you're losing an eighth to a quarter of an inch, you're effectively losing anywhere from 6 to 12% of the volume that can go through that pipe. Now, granted, you're going to have a cleaner pipe, water's going to flow easier, but the fact is, it's still only going to be operating at 88, 90% of its original design. Real problem with it is the sewers we're fixing are way undersized for the development this village has seen for the last 30, 40 years, which again leads to flooding. So what you're going to do is you're going to introduce water faster through the pipes to go somewhere where it's too low and come up even that much faster again. Now, you spend a lot of money on that rather than building some detention, which is what's really would be the solution. The in situ forms are basically a Band-Aid on the situation. And we all know Band-Aids don't hold up with water. This isn't going to hold up. So again, I've been told that, it's going to help stop infiltration into the pipes because it's going to be lined. Part of the problem with that argument is that, as you all know, a lot of you probably know, I've been, watching flooding for several years now in Oak Lawn. And I've observed many times, many places, the majority of the infiltration comes at surface level when streets and stormwater net back up, and it infiltrates into the sewer systems. So now you got excess water in sewer systems backing up into people's houses. And again, it's not somebody's basement where they have a family room. In some places, again, on the south end of the town where it's lower, it's actually people's slab-on-grade homes into their heating systems that are. So again, here we have a solution, but it's a lot of money which is not going to resolve the problem because the structures under the ground, the infrastructure, have never been kept up and updated, as Metropolitan Water Reclamation District has requested numerous times. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next item, or next commenter, Arthur and Claire Jaros. This is regarding the Medal of Valor. Hello. Hi, could you please state your name and if you're an Oak Lawn resident?
I am Arthur Jarris, resident of Downers Grove. Very pleased to be here to be able to take in the Medal of Valor ceremony specifically for our longtime friend, Mark Hollingsworth. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then Mr. Mike Sutko. This is a Park District program for veterans. And Mike, you're a regular here as well. I assume you haven't moved out of Oak Lawn, have you?
Yes, longtime resident of Oak Lawn.
yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak, especially on the heels of such a wonderful Memorial Day celebration as we had in this village and around. What I'm going to talk about is something that the Park District is offering, and it's called the Fitness Initiative for Returning Military Personnel with Disabilities. And very few people know about this, and I know that, which is why I wanted to speak about it today, because thousands of people watch the television program that we're all a part of right now. And this is the Healthy Mind, Healthy Body. Healthy Mind, Healthy Body is a free program with your fitness needs in mind. The program includes 10-hour-long free personal training sessions with a personal trainer who is certified to work with individuals with disabilities. It also includes a gym membership for you, the veteran, and a guest of your choice to a gym with accessible equipment and monthly social activities. It's open to veterans of all ages with a DD-214, that's an honorable discharge certificate, and 10% or higher disability. And it's available to all people, all veterans that reside in Oak Lawn, Bridgeview, Burbank, Chicago Ridge, Crestwood, Evergreen Park, Hickory Hills, Hometown, and Palos Hills. The program is tailored to the specific needs of the veteran. It's done, fitness sessions and the gym are done at the Oak Lawn Pavilion at 9400 South Oak Park Avenue in Oak Lawn, and the social programs associated with this will vary. If anybody's interested in this, the contact person is Jacqueline Canty, and her phone number is 708-857-2200 or jcanty@oaklawnparks.com. And I hope many veterans hear this message and take advantage of this wonderful program that the Park District is making available.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, I never knew about that one either, so thank you very much. Okay, that's the end of public comments. I'm going to move on to agenda item 4. This is the Oak Lawn Police Department Medal of Valor recipients. And Chief Murray, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Appreciate this opportunity. In my 27 years of service to the village, one thing I did realize over these many years is that if you wanted to get a really good award, you showed up early to the fire. And that's not just because the firemen need heroes as well. It's that, you know, you're doing something out of the ordinary. And all too often, our officers are out there doing, you know, great things every day, and they go unrecognized. So it's a great opportunity for us to recognize a lot of good people, a lot of them who are here, and thank them for coming. Excuse me, a little nervous. Thank them for coming out and sharing this with their fellow officers. So at this time, I'd invite Sergeant Dave Winston, Officer Ed Clancy, Officer Mike Hollingsworth, Officer Chris Fontaine, Officer Dan Pickowitz, Officer Matt Harland, and Officer Brian Carlson to come up forward.
Dave.
While I read the award. On Saturday, April 26, 2014, at 2:08 a.m., Oaklawn Police and Fire Department units were dispatched to 9700 block of Karloff Avenue for the report of smoke in the building. Upon arrival, police and fire personnel began searching for the origin of the smoke, which was starting to fill up the hallways throughout the sixth-floor building. While outside of Unit 109, Officer Ed Clancy observed a panicked male subject pounding on the glass of his bedroom window in an effort to escape the intense growing fire behind him. Officer Clancy alerted Fire Lieutenant McGinnis and Fire Engineer Keene, and they were able to break out the glass window. Officer Clancy then attempted to grab the man as the fire engulfed the bedroom, but he fell back, overcome by the smoke. Officer Clancy, Lieutenant McGinnis, and Fire Engineer Keene were able to pull the man from the unit. Officer Clancy questioned the man and determined that there was no one else in his unit. At this point, while local fire department and assisting fire departments began to extinguish the fire, a full-scale evacuation of the building began. Sergeant Dave Winston was in charge of directing officers Mark Hollingsworth, Chris Fontaine, Brian Carlson, and Dan Pickowitz, who were going door to door in the smoke-filled hallways, alerting residents to evacuate. They also assisted them safely in exiting the building. Sergeant Winston was alerted by evacuated residents that there was a wheelchair-bound woman that resided in the unit directly above the unit on fire. Sergeant Winston and Officer Clancy entered the smoke-filled building, arrived at the unit, made contact with the panicked resident. Her unit as well was filled with smoke, and she was attempting to evacuate while using her walker. Sergeant Winston entered and guided her out into the hallway with the help from Officer Clancy. Sergeant Winston re-entered the unit and retrieved the woman's wheelchair. At this point, Officer Brian Carlson joined them, and they were alerted that another wheelchair-bound resident on the 4th floor needed assistance. Officers Clancy and Carlson then proceeded to the 4th floor unit to help. Sergeant Winston then began taking the woman downstairs in her wheelchair. He was assisted by Officer Mark Hollingsworth, off-duty Officer Matt Harlan, who happened to be living in the building. You still live there, Brian? Or Matt? I'm sorry. During the evacuation, Sergeant Winston injured his shoulder but was still able to safely evacuate the resident. Meanwhile, Officer Clancy, Officer Carlson went to the 4th floor, continuing to alert residents who were still in their units to evacuate. Upon reaching the 4th floor unit in question, they assisted evacuating a man who was confined to his wheelchair, along with his wife and their caregiver. They were able to lead them to safe position. Without regard for their own personal safety, Sergeant Dave Winston, Officers Ed Clancy, Mark Hollingsworth, Chris Fontaine, Brian Carlson, Daniel Pickowitz, and Matt Harlan's actions bring great credit upon themselves and the Oaklawn Police Department. Due to their calm, systematic response, the building was evacuated without major incident. Officer Clancy also played a key role in saving the life of a resident whose unit was on fire. They are all most deserving of an Oaklawn Police Department Award of Valor. Sergeant Dave Winston. Thanks, Mike. Officer Ed Bud Clancy. Officer Dan Pickowitz. Officer Brian Carlson. Thanks, sir. Officer Chris Fontaine. Officer Matt Harlan. Why do I keep calling him? Sorry.
The cops have been for that.
And Officer Mark Hollingsworth.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks for letting us do that. Appreciate it.
Oh, Thank you, Chief, thank you. And those of you watching who aren't in the room right now, the entire back of the room is lined with our men and women of the police force and their families. We're very, very proud of all of you. Thank you so much. We are truly fortunate to have our Oak Lawn Police Department and Oak Lawn Fire Department. Okay. Item 5 on the agenda is conflict of interest disclosure. Does anyone have any conflict of interest to disclose with any item on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we're going to request to move up an item. We have item 14, and I believe, Trustee Vorder, you were asking me to move that.
I'd like to make a motion to move that item 14.
Thank you.
To the head of the
Okay,
agenda.
properly moved by Trustee Vorder, seconded by Trustee Oliniechek. So item 14 on the agenda is a request to approve the Cub Pack 3619 23rd Cubmobile Derby to be held on July 12th between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. to take place on Mayfield Avenue between 96th Street and 97th Street. And I believe we have a member, would you care to come up to the podium and tell us about the event? Oh, yeah, let's take a roll.
Motion to approve?
Properly moved by Trustee Oliniechek.
Well, first we have to take the
Yeah,
roll on
that's what we're doing.
moving up.
That's,
The vote on the motion to advance.
yeah, that's what we're doing now. Yeah,
Second his motion.
and, yeah,
Let's just call the roll.
okay. Seconded by Trustee Quinlan,
Well, first we're calling the roll on
the motion to
Trustee
advance.
Vorder and Trustee Oliniechek move up. and then
Correct.
We'll call the roll on that, and then we'll do the approval.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Now, this is approved. Now, who's approving?
Okay, we need a motion to approve now.
So moved.
Properly moved by Trustee Oliniechek, seconded by Trustee Carberry. Any discussion? Would you care to say anything about your event?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. 23 years, wow. This is the best fun these kids have, and for you to let us close the street down and let them do this is just amazing. To see their faces when they cross that finish line, whether they win or not, they have so much fun going down that hill. It's a joy to watch. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much for letting us have that day. Thank you.
Thank you. So, any other discussion? Please take the vote.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And I see you brought your umbrella for insurance against the rain. I hear thunder. It's not working.
So bad. So I was, spouse prepared.
Item 6 on our agenda. Thank you, and we'll see you there. Item 6 is approval of meeting minutes for the special meeting minutes 2014-14 dated May 13th, 2014. May I have a motion on item 6, please? Properly moved by Trustee Carberry,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Quinlan. Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 7 is approval of meeting minutes for the regular meeting minutes 2014-15 dated May 13th, 2014. May I have a motion on item 7, please? Properly moved by Trustee Carberry, seconded by Trustee Quinlan. Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Carberry? Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 8 on the agenda tonight is new business by village trustees. We're going to start in District 1. What's new, Trustee Desmond?
Thank you, Mayor. The Building Department has reported a very busy couple of weeks with the Oak Lawn Home Improvement Initiative. I don't have exact figures yet, but they're reporting lots of new home improvement projects in the village. It was great to see so many people coming out to honour our servicemen and women at the Oak Lawn Memorial Service yesterday. It was a very humbling experience to be among such great people, and we should be eternally grateful for their sacrifice and dedication. Also, I would like to remind people in this summer season to please respect your neighbours. While I'm sure your guests love the friendly conversation and loud music at your party, your neighbours may not feel the same way. So please consider your neighbours when planning your party. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Desmond. And District 2, Trustee Oliniechek, what's new?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to call up two members of the Green Team, Lynn Harris and Deborah Stoffergen, to present
Excellent.
some awards.
Hi.
Good evening, Mayor and trustees. Tonight, we have the privilege to award first place to a competition that the Green Team has been holding for several years now. Each year, we have a competition with the grade schools and the high schools, middle schools actually, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, to come up with a eco-friendly design for a T-shirt that talks about the environment and how we want to protect it. So we offer it to all the grade schools or middle schools in the area. And this year, our winner is from Pride School. She is an 8th grader, and I'd like to have her art teacher come up. Pat? Pat is from Pride School. She is the art teacher from there. The winner is Faith Duddleston. She is an 8th grader at Pride School, and she submitted this artwork, which was voted on. We had a panel of impartial judges who came and looked through all of the entries, and it was a point system, and Faith's art came out first place. So Faith, would you like to come up? And I think we have some other staff members from Pride. Maybe Pat, you can
Pat, if you could
introduce them when they come up.
And we'd also like Faith's family.
And Faith's family, would you like to come up too?
Oh, Faith, you can come on up here. Sit front and center. Congratulations.
Thank you. Debbie? It takes a village. We have a team. It's fun. Everybody come on in.
So in addition to Faith's design being printed on a T-shirt, which is going to be available at Farmers Market and I don't know where else.
Well, we're going to have it for the staff, for Faith, for her family, and her homeroom.
Okay. We also have a check from the village for $100 for winning tonight. So Faith, congratulations. Congratulations. You can be very proud.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Faith. Thanks to all of you for the support. I understand there's a lot of support for Faith in this project. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for participating. Thank you.
And this is Mary Megan, our principal.
Thank you for this opportunity.
And
Our students really look
Michelle, her
forward to
social
this.
worker, and I'm the art teacher.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Now, in addition to the T-shirt, we also had a competition with the high schools, but the winner of that competition couldn't be here tonight, so she'll attend at a different meeting. So we'll do that at a different meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah and Lynn Harris, for all the work that you did. I know that we'd like to get that contest out a little bit earlier, but due to schedules this year, we're about 2 months behind. But thank you very much for all of your volunteer efforts and dedicated work for that. I do want to remind people, earlier you heard about the Oak Lawn Green Team's 2014 bike tour. Important thing to remember is you have to have 3 things. You have to have a helmet, you have to have a bicycle, and you have to be registered. And for that, the first 250 people who register, and it's got to be by May 30th, so time's coming on us, you'll receive a bike tour T-shirt, much like the one that's being sported by some of the Green Team members back there. And you'll also get a bag of goodies And one of our sponsors, Fair Play, is also supplying food for the participants. So that's why it's important to get that many people registered for it, so we know how many people have enough food for. It's a nice family event, and I do hear rumors that Trustee Stride is going to be wearing bike pants this year, so that would be quite the pleasure. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Are rumors true, Trustee Straight?
You never know. You'll have to attend to see.
Okay, well,
All right.
that might be worth the price.
It would be.
What's new in District 3?
Okay, well, thank you. First of all, I have two things, and the first one is that several years ago, a number of years back, we had 108 firemen in Oak Lawn, and that number has been whittled down to 76 in recent years. We began this year with 76 firefighters, and that number will be reduced to 72 by July 1st. This reduction is one firefighter position more than the village voted to cut our fire department in the 2014 budget. The Village of Oak Lawn has not had a new fire hire since 2007. The 4 firefighters that we're losing are due to, 3 are due to retirements, and 1 is due to a disability. I recently became aware of SAFER and FIRE grant programs, which were created by Congress to help address staffing, equipment, training, and health and safety needs of fire departments. SAFER provides funding to help pay the cost associated with hiring personnel to maintain safe staffing levels, while fire grants fund equipment, training, and other fire department needs. And I'm sure you'll all agree it is extremely important to maintain adequate fire department staffing for maximum safety, not only for our residents, but for our fire personnel as well. Equipment and training, funded by the Fire Grant Program, help firefighters do their jobs safely and effectively by improving the effectiveness of the fire department and protecting the health and safety of our firefighters. For fiscal year 2014, SAFER and FIRE have been funded at $680 million, $340 million each. The House and Senate Appropriations Subcommittee on Homeland Security will consider the fiscal year 2015 this spring. The SAFER grant would allow us to replace these employees who would be paid through the grant for 2 years and 3 years if the firefighter paramedic has a military background. Since we can replace these critical public safety personnel at no additional cost to taxpayers, this seems to be the most practical, cost-efficient, effective way to improve our public safety capabilities. We know we are going to need to hire more firefighter paramedics to replace our retirees. This is a great opportunity to get a head start. Given our own fire chief's testimony very recently, and the responsibility that we have to residents of this community who pick up the tab, it seems only practical and prudent for us to seek these grants, as well as any others that may allow us to improve services to our residents without raising taxes a single dime to pay for it. Back in February, you may remember, the fire chief said that this has been the most deadly in the history of the Oak Lawn Fire Department. We had 6 deaths. The subsequent promotions, there will be promotions that are upcoming in the fire department, will result in 4 separations that will leave the village 2 firefighter paramedics short of the mutually agreed upon minimum number of 24 firefighter paramedics in the firefighter collective bargaining unit. These 2 positions must be filled in order for the village not to be held in breach of the contract. Remember that the village has already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees battling with the fire union. The SAFER grant would allow these positions to be filled by 2 new firefighter paramedics, again, at no cost to the village for the first 2 years of employment, and 3 years, again, if the hiree has a military background. And again, all of that at no cost to the village. And I would like to discuss that, if we could place that on the next committee of the whole agenda. I think that would be a good place to discuss it further.
Madam Mayor, I believe that Larry, staff has already been working on that as
For
soon
a
as
few
it became
months now.
available.
For a few months
That's been
now.
like 3 months in the works.
Yes.
Okay. So the village is going to apply for a safer grant to
It's already
hire
in the process.
additional fire personnel?
It's already in the process.
Okay.
Mayor, would you like me to answer that?
Sure, Larry.
Mayor and trustees, it sounds nice. I'm unaware of any federal dollars that don't come with strings on, particularly in 2014. So we are preparing an application that we will come back to you, but it's going to require the cooperation of Local 3405. And hopefully, they'll want to sit down and discuss that with us. And I'll be back to the board to report that after the chief has had a discussion with the union. But there's no such thing as a free lunch. That's the bottom line.
Well, it's not free, because after you hire them for the 2 or 3 years, then they stay on.
Well,
So it isn't free.
we've just had a
But we
finance committee presentation, mayor and board, and you understand what our pension liability, our unfunded pension liability is. There's no commitment on the part of the federal government. Matter of fact, even here in Illinois, pension benefits are set by legislators, not by you as local officials, and you end up paying the freight. So that's an example of continuing unfunded liability and not recognizing it at the federal level. So that's why I say there is no such thing as a free lunch.
Well, you've got, trustee Olenichek said that you're working on it. It sounds to me like you're not really supportive of the idea.
Trustee Straight, our chief, is an amazingly dedicated man, and he scours, the internet scours every available source for funding for ideas and innovative ideas that will save us money. So the chief is working on it. It's still being discussed. If it's something that's a good fit for Oak Lawn, it'll come before the board.
That would be terrific. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, the chief is very, very dedicated to doing his job well.
Well, he does his job well.
Yes, he
I'll be
does.
looking forward to see if we bring some additional firefighter hires to the village.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have one other item. A resident came to my office today to make me aware that on Saturday he called the village to report that there was a raccoon in his yard that seemed to be rabid. He called the non-emergency number, and he was told that there would be no animal control officer on duty until Tuesday. He was very concerned because he had plans over the holiday weekend to have people over, and he could not even go out in the yard. So he was concerned about the safety of the children, the pets, and the adults that would be out celebrating for the holiday weekend. And what I would ask is that I think we should look into the availability of animal control personnel to cover off-duty times on an on-call basis. This would minimize the danger to our residents when unwanted dangerous critters are hanging out where they shouldn't be during times when regular staff members are not on duty. And again, I'd like this to be discussed at the next committee of the whole meeting if we could.
Trustee Straight, if you ever have a concern from a resident about public safety, I would certainly appreciate not waiting days to hear about it.
I think if you heard what I just said, I said the resident came to my office today, so
Well,
I just heard about it today, Mayor. And you know
I've
what?
been here all day, sir, and we
Well,
could have.
so you don't think it's appropriate to bring it up under new business when I have an issue?
You're perfectly
That's-
welcome to discuss whatever you will and read whatever script, but if there's ever a concern, any resident does not have to wait.
You know what,
Please,
Mayor? I'll tell you what.
My phone
This is
number.
my new business report, and the fact that you handle this the way you do is one reason why I need to bring it out to the public, because quite frankly, you're not really interested. You're not interested in hiring additional fire personnel. Why don't we
Trustee
tell the
Straight?
truth about that, all right?
I sleep with my cell phone, and it's
Yeah.
right next to my pillow. People
Okay,
call me at
that's
all times,
great.
and I answer my phone
You know what?
at all
If your-
times.
If your actions matched your rhetoric, we'd be in a lot better shape, Mayor.
You
You're doing a
can call
great
me
job.
anytime with any concern, and I stand
And
by
I'm-
that. Is that your report, sir?
That's my report, yes.
Thank you, thank you. And how's life in District 4, Trustee Warder?
Thank you, Mayor. I had suggested at our April 26th board meeting that elected officials, in the interest of transparency, post direct links to the State of Illinois State Board of Elections campaign disclosure website. I believe the people of Oak Lawn have every right to know where an elected official receives his campaign funds and how he spends these dollars. By posting these links on the village website, right on the page, which has our picture and our bios, access to this information makes these campaign funds more transparent. At our meeting of the whole of May 13, 2014, no elected official on this board had problems with these links. It was suggested that all information get posted, including errors and omissions. I have found these reporting requirements are complicated, especially for newly elected officials. But again, in the interest of transparency, mistakes should be public record. And I asked the village manager to instruct the staff to post these links on the village webpage. On Thursday, June 26, 2014, 7 p.m., I will be holding a community meeting for residents of the 4th District, or for that matter, anybody else who would like to attend. This will be at Salem United Church of Christ, 9701 South Costner. And topics of discussion will be new business development, neighborhood security and watch, and the village telephone notification system, Everbridge. And again, that will be on June 26, 2014, 7 p.m., Salem United Church of Christ, 9701 South Costner. And Mike, you beat me to the announcement of the Park District's cooperation and program, and you did a great job for veterans. So I'll just cancel that, but I will mention the fact that the Oak Lawn Park District Theater production of Annie will be running at the Oakview Center, 4625 West 110th Street on Friday, May 30th, Saturday, May 31st, and Thursday, June 5th, and Friday, June 6th. Saturday, June 7th. Now, if you've ever been to one of these productions, it's downtown theater entertainment at a very reasonable rate, put on by many talented people from the southwest side of Chicago. Tickets are $23 for adults and $22 for senior and children. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. And what's going on in District 5, Trustee Quinlan?
No report.
No report? And how about District 6?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Trustee Carberry.
June 4th through June 8th will be St. Catherine's, will be having their annual carnival. Please come out. That's it.
That's it? Okay, thank you, Trustee Carberry. We're going to move on to item 9, Village Manager's Report.
I have nothing further than what's on the agenda, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item 10, this is Resolution 141634, a resolution authorizing the execution of an easement agreement between the Village of Oak Lawn and the Cloisters Condo Association. May I have a motion, please, on item 10?
Motion approved.
Properly moved by Trustee Carberry.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Quinlan. Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
And Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Congratulations. Item 11 is Resolution 14. I need you to come to the microphone, state your name, and if you're an Oak Lawn resident, please.
My name is Donna. I'm an Oak Lawn resident. One of the questions we have, Mariano's...
What's your last name, please? for the
Deanna.
pub- Okay, thank you.
One of the questions we
Deanna.
have is the delivery trucks that are going to be in Mariano's. We had addressed this issue back in October, if we were going to have a cutoff time when Mariano's could deliver.
Accept deliveries.
Yeah.
up until a certain time,
The
so we don't have
agenda
to hear.
item is a easement agreement.
Well, this is just another thing that was
Yeah.
discussed back in October that we also want to bring to the plate.
Okay, Larry? Any
Well,
comments?
President, our ordinances are very specific. They address all the businesses in the village of Oak Lawn, whether it's Jewel, whether it's Fresh Line Foods, or whether it's a restaurant. It is rare that I get a complaint from a resident or a neighboring business about delivery hours. And anytime we've had a complaint, the local businesses are very cooperative. Because this is a new business, they're very compliant with ordinances, they're aware of it. We've had numerous meetings with our village engineer, our police chief, and other members of the management team. I have no doubt that they'll be good neighbors.
Well, the
at their
reason I'm
location.
asking this is back in October when we discussed this, you said that there was an ordinance in effect, and I've never seen an ordinance, and no one ever got back to us on this.
You can go online. The village ordinances are online. They can be accessed at any time, or
we know the time,
feel free to come in here.
6 a.m.
How late can they go? I think she just wants to know how late they can deliver.
If we don't know. We don't?
Yeah.
6 a.m. to 10 p.m., I believe.
The
is what
only reason
village
I'm
ordinance is.
asking, I was in the industry for 30 years, and I know they deliver, they'll have refrigerated trucks, especially during grand opening, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, we have
with the
ordinances
refrigerated
against
trucks.
that,
Well,
so-
that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to know.
Okay.
So it's 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
Well, what we'll do is we'll look it up and confirm.
You can call me tomorrow, or I can give you a call if you want to leave
Yeah.
your
Okay.
phone number. Sure.
Okay?
Thanks.
Thank you.
And this is Tony Vaccarello.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Tony. Very good. Okay, so we took the vote. It was approved. Very good. So we're on item 11. You gonna say something? Oh, okay. Item 11, Resolution 141635, a resolution authorizing Safe Speed to submit an initial traffic study pursuant to a red light photo enforcement system to the Illinois Department of Transportation. May I have a motion on item 11?
Motion to approve.
Properly moved by trustee Vorder,
Second.
seconded by trustee Desmond. Any discussion here? Let's go ahead and take the vote, please.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Strike?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 12 on our agenda tonight is Resolution 141636, a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement with In Situ Form Technologies USA pursuant to the 2014 Sewer Rehab Program. May I have a motion on item 12, please?
Motion to approve?
Properly moved by trustee Oliniechek, seconded by trustee Carberry. Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Strike?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
And Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 13 on our agenda tonight is Resolution 141637, a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement with Suburban General Construction pursuant to the 2014 Water Main Replacement Project. May I have a motion on item 13 tonight?
Motion to approve?
Properly moved by trustee Oliniechek, seconded by trustee Carberry. Any discussion here? Please take the vote.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Strike?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Thank you. 14.
Passes.
14 was already discussed. Item 15 is our village clerk's report. Jane, you have the floor.
Thank you. Disbursement Resolution Number 2014-10D, approval of semi-monthly disbursements dated May 27, 2014, in the amount of $1,227,630.82.
May I have a motion, please, on item 25A, properly moved by trustee Carberry,
Second.
seconded by trustee Vorder. Any discussion? Please take the vote.
Trustee Carberry?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Strike?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Couple more things, Mayor.
Sure.
I had the pleasure last week of attending the 68th Annual International Clerks Educational Conference in Milwaukee. and that was held from May 17th through May 22nd. This is the second time I've been able to attend these type of conventions. Last one was in Chicago in 2009, and 682 clerks from around the world, 9 countries attended, with 69 being from Illinois. And I'll tell you, the experience is incredible. I networked very well for Oak Lawn. They know who we are, where we are. And there was many classes in government, and I talked to, my staff today, and I said, we're going to even move it up a notch. There's just so much you can do and grasp, and it's, I just really want to thank the board, the mayor, for the support all these years, and it was great, so thanks again. And on Sunday, June 1st, the village, along with the Oak Lawn Park District, will hold our first summer concert on the village green, and the Wave Runners will play. And from what I understand, they're a cover band for the Beach Boys and Jimmy Buffett, so hope to see you out there. And on Wednesday, June 4th, our farmers market begins. And this year, so far, we have 39 vendors and a waiting list. So the market's located just east of the Village Hall along Donkey Drive by the library. So hope to see you there, too. Thank you.
Okay, well, item 26, this is my report, Village President's report. 26A is a summer schedule of Board of Trustee meetings. It's been kind of done for several years that we reduce the number of meetings in the summer. So I'd entertain a motion to reduce our board meeting schedule in June, July, and August to 1 meeting on the second Tuesday of the month only. So that means the board would meet on June 10th. July 8th and August 12th, and we would not meet on June 24th, July 22nd, and August 26th. So of course, should circumstances warrant, special meetings can be scheduled in addition to those dates as needed. But I would like a motion properly moved by trustee Carberry.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Quinlan. Any discussion on this item? Please take the vote.
Trustee Carberry? Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Trustee Quinlan?
Yes.
Trustee Oliniechek?
Yes.
And Trustee Desmond?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I had the privilege on May 20th of attending the Lions Club of Oak Lawn annual dinner, and they honored Oak Lawn policemen and the firemen of the year at the Oak Lawn Hilton. This was a wonderful event. I want to congratulate this year's recipients selected by their peers. From the fire department, Engineer Michael Keene, and from the police department, Officer Edward Clancy, who was here tonight also. They had the Deputy City of Chicago Fire Commissioner, John McNicholas, serve as the guest speaker. They've been doing these since 1972. That's pretty impressive. I want to congratulate the Wesleyan Community Church in Oak Lawn, who recently celebrated their 70th year in Oak Lawn. They started in 1944. Very impressive. I understand they had their Jubilee Mass last week. Congratulations to them. I'm going to move on, I think. That's it. Oh, I can't forget. I want to congratulate the Oak Lawn Police Department on their hockey win. What was the score, Chief?
5-1.
Yeah, 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1.
Fire
chief's prediction didn't work out, so.
Well,
Yeah.
so with that, I'd like a motion to adjourn, please. Properly moved by trustee Oliniechek.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Vorderer. Please, any discussion?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Ms. Rick,
8:19, I think it's a record.
do you think you could throw a little blurb